Namaskar. Welcome to 2 Minutes Agile video. In this video, we are going to talk about 5 ways of decision making in group setup. How we take decision tells a lot about our culture. And in group setup, be it a team, a group of teams, a large or a small forum or a community, there are 5 ways of decision making. Let's look at them one by one. The first way is known as democratic way, and we all are very familiar to it, like election, choosing your ministers or prime minister. So that's the democratic. Second way of decision making is known as fate-based or luck-based. And this is also very useful, especially if you see in the sports setup, when 2 teams are playing, who will bet first or who will choose which side of the ground, you will do toss. In the lottery, everyone buy the tickets, but the winner will be selected by luck. So in a group setup, fate-based decision making is also used. The third way of decision making is known as directive, or sometimes people call it dictatorship, which is a little derogatory word. So directive, where one leader, one person decide for their group, and she or he ready to take blame if something goes south. So that's the directive way of decision making. Very powerful in certain scenarios. Fourth way of decision making is known as consensus. Here, the group will take decision only when everyone in the group is agreed for that specific decision or solution. This is very powerful because everyone has agreement, but this is very lengthy and cumbersome. Often people need to do lobbying, lots of discussion to come with a consensus in its time. And then comes the fifth way of decision making, and this is very powerful in Agile way of working. It is known as consent-based decision. In this way of decision making, anyone in the group can propose a solution or can propose a decision. And she or he will say, this is my proposal, is there any objection? And here, people will not say whether I favor your decision, I'm in or out or against. It's simply, the question is, do we have any objection? If there is no objection, that is the decision. In case of any objection, the objector should come up with alternate solution, alternate decision. You cannot say, I object, but I don't know what we need to do. In case, if someone says, I have an objection and I propose this proposal can be completely opposite or just can be some enhancement on the original proposal. So now that becomes the proposal, and then the same questions goes around. Do we have any objection on it? And this whole thinking goes with a philosophy of, is it good enough to try and safe enough to fail? If it is, go for it. It may sound like a little tricky, but it is very powerful, very effective, and works very well for team dynamics. This 5-way decision making is originally coming from sociocracy. If you want to know more about it, I recommend you should go and search about it. Thank you.